Well, this is Manish Patel from the EII Capital Group. Today is November 28, 2010. This is a weekly Ichimoku analysis for the currency markets. Let's get on with everything. We've got a lot to cover today. This are normal procedures. This is for educational use only. All charts are either in Thinkorswim, TradeStation, or freestockcharts.com. Okay, here are my contact details. If you have any questions, please let us know. You can follow us on Twitter at Ichimoku Trading. Okay, now a quick thing before we begin. Look at the heat map. If you have any questions or where you could look at some charts, you could always go to freestockcharts.com on the web, and they do have currencies there too. So you could easily go there and look at any currency pair out there. If you look here, I could show you that. You see, these are all the currency pairs. You could go look at the euro, pound, and everything on freestockcharts.com. Okay, so let's go and look at our heat map. Remember, our heat map is basically a rating system where 5 to 8 being bullish, -5 to -8 being bearish. D5 represents the rating from 5 days ago for the daily time frame. D0 is a rating for the daily time frame today. W1 is the rating from 1 week ago for the weekly, and W0 is a rating for today. Okay, and these are for the daily time frame for all these currencies. We're looking at D0 and W0 for 5 to 8 being bullish and -5 to -8. You could tell from here the Euro USD, there's conflict there. Pound USD, there's conflict there. There's nothing really going on at all in any of these. You notice that there's no consistency as far as the dollar pairs are concerned. So we're going to kind of stay away from the dollar pair right now. Looking here, let's look at Australian yen. If you look last week, it was strong. Now it's weakening, and they actually weakened the weekly too, so it's in pullback. Nothing on the yen pairs either. Okay, so now let's move on. Here's one. Euro Switzy. Look at Euro Switzy. Basically negative as far as they're concerned. Last week the daily was 5. Now it's bearish. Looks like it's trying to get the weekly to 8. So that's definitely one we have to look at. So that's one. We have to look at Pound New Zealand. That's another one that we have to look at. And if you keep on scrolling down, that's about it. So there's only 2 pairs, Euro Switzy and Pound New Zealand. But let's go and look at all the, do a regular analysis for the Euro USD and then go from there. Okay, so let's cover all the major pairs and then we'll go through and look at everything else. So if we look at the Euro USD, basically, remember we got to this level here. We said, wait, it's going to have a hard time breaking for that level. It needed to pull back. It pulled back, and it's actually pulling back all the way to the Cajunson now. So we're kind of waiting for it to kind of get all the way down to 30.77 now. Once it gets that, now the question is going to be what's going to happen. If it breaks the 30.77 level, then it definitely has the possibility of coming all the way down here to 27.02. But if it breaks that, then it has a potential coming higher. Our guess is that if this thing is actually going to start breaking to the bullish side, eventually this is just a pullback to the pullback. But we really think that this thing is going to probably start to go higher. But time will tell. But if you look at this is a downward trending line as far as the weekly is concerned. But we'll have to wait. Time will tell, and we're not going to sit there and guess at all. If you look at the daily time frame, this is a daily. You now have the Cajunson, Tinkinson entering the cloud, which is not good. So that's going to cause more consolidation. And if you look at the levels here, this is definitely the next level of 30.29 as far as the daily is concerned. Okay, so that's the euro pound. Let's go look at the US yen. US yen, finally it broke to the top side, broke its low level here. Let's go to weekly actually first. If you look at the weekly, it's broken the Tinkinson finally this week, and it's finally closed really good above it, where the entire bar is above the Tinkinson. We don't like the Chicago being open space, and it looks like it wants to try to get here to the Cajunson, which is 86.55 as far as weekly is concerned. Remember, as far as weekly is concerned, any trades that you take to the top bullish side, they're a counter trend mode. If you look at the daily time frame, this is what the daily time frame looks like. Last week this thing broke out. We were hoping for a pullback more to here, to the Cajunson before it broke out, but this is the first breakout above the cloud. That's fine. Now we're going to expect it to pull back. As soon as it pulls back, then we're going to be looking at an opportunity to go in. Ideally, we want this thing to pull back here to 83.06 and use that, basically turn that resistance into support and then take off, but we're not sure exactly how much strength this guy has. He may sit there, go to move more up and then come all the way down, so we have to wait and see approach on that guy. Okay, let's go look at the pound USD. If you look at the pound USD, let's go look at the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame, you can see it's in a pullback phase. It's between the Tinkinson and Cajunson, Shikau's and the Cloud. So definitely that's one you have to stay away from. Remember we talked about this, where if it could break this level here at 64.15, then it definitely had a potential going all the way to 68.36. Didn't even get close to that at all. It pulled back. Now, never say never. Remember, it's doing a pullback because it had a huge momentum going to the top side. So now it could sit there and make another run and try to break through it and go very, very strong. So we'll have to wait and see. Okay, so let's go look at the two currency pairs we looked at our ratings from. If you look at the weekly time frame, Tinkinson and Cajunson are meeting up now. Shikau is here. Kind of want this to go down some more, to go to the bear side. Let's go look at the daily time frame. Daily time frame is in conflict. Okay, so that's not good at all. Okay, so if you look at the daily time frame, it's in conflict, and actually the Shikau, it's not in conflict. Sorry, it's not in conflict. The future cloud is in conflict with everything, and actually the rating system is wrong right now, so I gotta double check what's going on there. But I'll definitely get that corrected. But if you look here, the future cloud is basically, if you look at the future cloud here, that's bullish. That's not good compared to everything else that's bearish. However, if this does break this 32.13 level, then we got a potential going to the downside. Okay, let's go look at, we done that. Let's go look at the pound New Zealand. And if you look at the pound New Zealand, weekly time frame is concerned. If you look at the weekly time frame, this thing's just consolidating, consolidating, consolidating. If it breaks this level of 2.2029, this thing's definitely going to go down, and there's a potential of it breaking that completely as far as the weekly is concerned. If you look at the daily time frame, definitely looks like here it could maybe sit there and do a miniature double top and then go down. We got to wait and see, but definitely is selling opportunity if it breaks the 2029 level. Okay, so that's it for this week for the Ichimoku analysis for the currency markets. Definitely remember the heat map's in beta right now, so that's why we haven't released it. But we'll definitely get that corrected and have that ready for the website release probably in about a week or two. I hope you have a good week trading currencies, and good luck, and see you next.